Do I ever learn? No, I really don't. Guess what I'm about to do? That's $160, and I'm about to go find somebody to get a Finalmouse. I think it's called the Last Legend. I absolutely hate the company Finalmouse. Obviously, beforehand, when, gaming was at their prime, that's when things were, like, really at the low for me. I was like, this is just a dumb company. But now I'm like, you know what? It's a little bit better, so that's why I'm buying one of their products. I never said that their products are bad. It's just the company itself was like really, so I think it was pretty much the person who was handling the social media. I was like, all right, you got to be fired. Like that, there's a certain point where like, it's just bad for business. So anyways, let's go get it. And just like that, the 160 is down the drain. So I will do a full review in just a second, but from first glance, I can't tell if this is made out of still the magnesium shell that or like the titanium shell that they were advertising. But it low-key just feels like hard plastic. Because this is the Starlight. But man, this thing is freaking light and actually really beautiful. I cannot believe I'm here in this moment where another Finalmouse is in my possession. This time one that is not plastic. Matter of fact, it is made out of magnesium. Now, for those of you who don't know, they came out with this when their first Starlight came out. And it was expensive, and it was super limited edition. And this one's even more limited edition. You physically cannot buy any Finalmouse on the market. This is a limited time, limited edition. On StockX right now, I'm pretty sure this thing goes for around $220. I got this for $160. Completely brand new. Matter of fact, the only reason why I got this was because somebody just wanted to simply get it for the code to get a skin for the keyboard that they're coming out with. So you can probably guess, in this video, I'm going to be reviewing this Finalmouse, the Last Legend. It's a version of the Starlight. I'm honestly very excited for this because this is the first metal mouse I've ever had, and this already feels lighter than the Logitech Pro X Superlight. I know I compare that mouse a lot, but that mouse, the Logitech, is beautiful. What a beautiful mouse. So this is, again, the Starlight, the Last Legend. It's a beautiful mouse. The color on it's perfect. Let's see. This, I think, is a receiver of some sort. Yep, it would be the receiver. And it should be, everything else is inside here. There we go. So we have a USB to micro USB cord, and again, this is for the receiver part of it. That's why you can actually use this mouse for all the applications that you want to use it for. You have skins, which these skins range from, I believe it's the 1.5 millimeter all the way up to, oh sorry, it's a 1.2 millimeter infinity skin all the way up to the 2.5 millimeter infinity skin. This was actually the same thing that the Finalmouse Cape Town had. I ended up having to use it because that mouse was so small, it was improper to even use, but it was one of the best mice I've ever had experiences with. Then what we have in here should be some sort of info. Designed to be completely driverless, you can simply plug and play to any PC gaming esport environment. Optimal performance, play the wireless receiver between 12 to 24 inches in front of your mouse. Say if you have your PC right here. When it says 12 to 24 inches, you guys have to understand that 12 to 24 inches is basically the size of a size 12 foot, okay? This is a size 12 foot. My Logitech Pro X receiver is right here, the USB connection. My mouse is there. I think the mouse has almost zero delay. Granted, this is the receiver, and when you have an extension for the receiver, it's actually quite nice. But, I don't know, I mean, I'd have it on top of the PC, so would it really be doing that well? So, pressing the button underneath, the mouse will recycle the DPI between intervals of 400, 800, 1600, and 3200. Finally, a mouse that doesn't go past that. There's no point in a gaming mouse to ever go past that. And this is the instruction manual, so it says small, medium. On, up, down. Okay, so there's actually an on-off switch on this, which is good. So this is currently on the off. I don't necessarily love this one. Thankfully, when you turn this mouse on, there is a green light that it starts to blink for roughly 3 seconds. But God forbid that light ever goes out, you kind of have to tilt this mouse over just to see if it's on or off. Right now this is on off, and now it's on. Hey, we're back at this angle. How y'all doing? Feels like a normal gaming mouse compared to the Logitech that I have. It's quite lovely. It's just weird because this does feel quite a bit lighter than the other one, but I may just be hallucinating at this point. Now, thing that we all as mouse and keyboard players want to know is how sensitive are the buttons. Well, firstly, this is the scroll wheel. Feels very sturdy. However, this is just plastic, so it's not even metal of some sort. But I do like the design on it. I think it's just very unique. The mouse buttons, I feel like they're a little too sensitive in terms of being clicky. I like them to have a little more force behind them so they don't feel like they're just gonna break. The DPI button. The DPI button feels solid. You guys saw me kind of doing this. It feels like the normal mouse. With the gliders, the feet, however you want to call it, very lovely. I think they're pushed out just a little bit so they have some thickness. Now, going with the skins here. In all honesty, I can't really review the skins. I'm not going to set myself up and put it on this mouse. So a couple things here. At first glance, the Finalmouse is actually the best mouse I think I've actually ever held in my entire life. There's a reason why they're such a great company. Well, sorry. There's a reason why they make such great products. The company, on the other hand, I wouldn't necessarily agree with them being the best. Let's do a couple tests. One, clicky, or yeah, I guess the clickiness. Two, how well it glides on just a normal used XL like mouse pad. And then I think really you just have to trust me on the responsiveness. It's a mouse. It's a gaming mouse. It's wireless. Now it was time to test it out. Wow, my DPI is stupid high right now. Okay, now it's super low. It's at 400. Let's make it 600. Feels like a normal mouse. So if you were the ones who paid an astronomical amount of money for this thing and basically got a regular mouse for triple the price, congratulations. Not that it matters at all because you're a gamer, and if you're a big streamer, that's one thing, but if you're not and you just bought a mouse that's super expensive and it does the exact same thing as somebody that has a mouse that's least expensive and that's still beating you in all the games, you fooled yourself. Granted, don't get me wrong, it's really cool. It's like the worst type of hypebeast material because if you think about it this way, you can't even compare it to shoes, because at least shoes, if you have like really nice ones, you can at least wear out to public and be like, yeah, I got these, like you don't, or I had that whatever. This is a mouse that stays on your desk, and it's not like you're carrying this around and being in public like, I got a Finalmouse. Also, nobody cares, and nobody even understand, a majority of people don't understand what that is. So, or even mouse and keyboard, because at that rate, most people are console players or controller players, and they're just like, okay, yeah, congratulations. Again, you spent way too much money on a mouse that literally does the exact same thing as a mouse that's 40 bucks. Now, unfortunately, I was unable to find a lot of the details that you would expect to find when you're buying a gaming mouse. So, the best that I can give you is that the battery life is relatively good, but the most important thing, at least to me, is how heavy the mouse actually is. So the only thing that I was able to find is saying that this mouse for the small medium version is about 42 grams and the medium to large is about 47 grams. Still a relatively light mouse, but compared to the Logitech Pro X super light, it's still quite heavy. However, I did want to take it one step further, and that was to actually weigh the mouse and see if it was really true to its numbers. Okay, 3, 2, 1. It's 50 grams. But you do have to admit, for an actual metal mouse, this is quite an achievement. Again, just another piece of hypebeast material. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Again, if you want me to review another magnesium mouse that's actually not a hypebeast one, but that's on mechanicalkeyboards.com, let me know. I can review it.